Once upon a time, in a small town surrounded by green hills and colourful flowers, there lived a little boy named Jake. Every Saturday, Jake would visit his grandma, who lived in a cosy little house at the edge of the forest. Grandma was always happy and cheerful, and she made the best cookies in the world. Jake loved his Saturday visits, not just because of the cookies, but because he loved spending time with his grandma. Grandma's house was filled with warmth and laughter. Her garden was full of blooming flowers, chirping birds, and buzzing bees. Jake would help his grandma water the plants, pick fresh vegetables, and listen to her stories about when she was a little girl. She often told Jake how the forest used to be even more beautiful, with tall trees, clear rivers, and animals everywhere. One sunny Saturday, Jake arrived at Grandma's house as usual, but when he opened the door, he noticed something different. Grandma wasn't smiling like she usually did. Instead, she was sitting by the window, looking sad. "What's wrong?" Jake asked, sitting beside her. Grandma sighed and looked out at her garden. "Oh, Jake, I'm just thinking about how different things were when I was your age. The forest was so full of life. But now, many of the trees have been cut down and the rivers are not as clear as they used to be. The animals don't visit as often, and the flowers don't bloom like they used to." Jake felt a pang of sadness. He didn't like seeing his grandma unhappy. "Is there something we can do, Grandma?" he asked. Grandma smiled softly and patted his hand. "There's always something we can do, Jake. Nature is very strong, but it needs our help to stay healthy and beautiful." Jake thought about this all week. He didn't want Grandma to be sad, and he wanted to help the forest. The next Saturday, he came up with an idea. "Grandma, can you teach me how to plant trees?" Jake asked eagerly as soon as he arrived. Grandma's eyes lit up. "Oh, Jake, that's a wonderful idea. I would love to teach you." So together they gathered seeds from the trees in Grandma's garden. They picked up some shovels, and Grandma showed Jake how to plant the seeds properly. They walked into the forest, finding just the right spots to plant the new trees. "We'll come back every Saturday and water them," Jake said excitedly. Grandma smiled, her sadness beginning to fade. "Yes, Jake, and soon these seeds will grow into big, strong trees." Week after week, Jake and Grandma returned to the forest to care for the trees they had planted. To their surprise, something magical started happening. The forest began to heal. The flowers started blooming again, the rivers became clearer, and animals returned to the area. It was as if the forest was thanking them for their help. One Saturday, as they were walking through the now lush forest, Grandma looked around with a big smile on her face. "Jake, look at what we've done. The forest is coming back to life." Jake beamed with pride. He was so happy to see Grandma smiling again. But then, something even more surprising happened. As they were leaving the forest, they stumbled upon a hidden clearing filled with the most beautiful flowers Jake had ever seen. "Grandma, look," Jake gasped. "It's a secret garden." Grandma's eyes widened in amazement. "This garden. I remember this place. It was here when I was a little girl, but I thought it was gone forever." Jake and Grandma spent the rest of the day exploring the secret garden. They found colourful flowers, butterflies fluttering around, and even a family of deer peacefully grazing. The garden was like a little piece of magic hidden in the forest, waiting to be rediscovered. From that day on, Jake and Grandma made it their special place. They took care of it, just like they did with the rest of the forest. The secret garden became their own little paradise, and Grandma's smile never faded again. And so, Jake learned an important lesson. Even though the world can change, we have the power to make a difference. By caring for nature and working together, we can bring life back to even the saddest places. And sometimes when we do, we discover something even more beautiful than before. And every Saturday after that, Jake and Grandma would sit in their secret garden, enjoying cookies, laughter, and the joy of knowing they had helped make the world a better place.